I'm just going to go over the importance of breathing in a general sense. The word spirit in Latin literally means breath or being who breathes. It is so important to our consciousness in sort of everything we do. And the practicing breathing used to be a very normal thing in martial arts. Like, I'm a kid from the 90s. I still remember all these like martial arts movies, Bloodsport, all these other ones, and they always sort of put this spirituality in martial arts at the forefront of it. It's always like, oh, old Asian master, you're always meditating. Some white kid rolls in, boom, 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 boom. That's sort of lost in the martial arts these days. A lot of the MMA movies we see nowadays, it's sort of like this like weird quasi-fight club. There's not a mention of like mastering yourself or anything. It's a very meat-heady physical pursuit now. And I sort of want to bring that back into the forefront of martial arts. It's super important that we're always mindful. Me coaching for a dozen years, the main problem I see with any kind of error, be it in competition or in training, a technical one, or any other sort of problem, it comes from a lack of self-awareness, okay? If you're really self-aware, if you're instructed, you'll be able to pick up on cues and to execute technique in the most relaxed, efficient way possible. Now, I've been searching for that answer, like how do I increase someone's self-awareness in the most general sense, right? I've done plenty of trial and error myself. My fighting career is a giant story of a bunch of trial and error. I never grew up fighting. I never even grew up playing sports or being that physically active. So I had to really, when I was competing, almost put on a bunch of different masks to see what would work. And I failed a bunch of times. There are moments where I've told this story before where Wolfgang just straight up walked out the corner because of how poorly I was performing sometimes. Or I've had moments to where, I just freeze in fights. My eyes look down, my head goes down, and I just kind of blank out and accept the loss. And then I have to go back to the drawing board over and over and over again. Now knowing breath practice and what it can actually offer fighters, I wish I could travel back in time and know all these things. Mainly because when you go through very stressful experiences, like when you do like crash weight cuts or a lot of other things, it's sort of traumatizing your autonomic system and your nervous system in many ways. So in a subconscious sense, if you almost kill yourself preparing for fights all the time, your body will not like competing. You'll almost like have a bad response to those moments. If I can train you guys to be relaxed and, again, be highly self-aware and be very open to these moments, then competing or sparring or anything of that sort, your perception of it will be very different. You'll take losing differently. You'll take winning a little differently because you're more self-aware. I come from this generation of fighter where when I started fighting, it was like the UFC 1 kind of generation. So a lot of the problems from my generation of fighters is that we would cut weight a lot. We'd kind of just train like power lifters. We'd overtrain like crazy. And still the science is kind of out to lunch. Like, we're just waiting for my generation to get a little bit older to realize how much damage we did to ourselves via the brain damage, the weight cutting, everything else. And I think that we'll find that the methodology of the past has horrific consequences. And we really need to adjust how we train in combat sports and to also keep in mind the longevity of the athlete well after their career. And again, breath practice is another aspect to really help with that. There's plenty of studies coming out that would say like jiu-jitsu guys from their, basically choking each other and having to operate in restricted oxygen environments where their CO2 is elevated, they actually get some form of neurogenesis. They're growing brain connections and things like that. The same thing can happen from this practice. There have been instances of fighters with extremely damaged brains. They're slurring like crazy. And through implementing breath practice and other supplementation and other nutritional protocols and diet and things like that, they're able to actually heal their brain and speak pretty well all of a sudden again. So there's plenty of benefits to this, guys. Now what we're going to get into is I'm going to assess your breathing, and I'm going to teach you guys how to assess your breathing. So I'm going to have everybody sit down. There are two postures that are acceptable for me when you do breath practice. One is called Seiza. It's essentially just sitting like a Japanese person, just here, okay? If that's uncomfortable for you, for whatever reason, okay, you can sit like a kid's assembly, crisscross applesauce. So let's everyone take a seat. Good. All right, so I want you guys to put one of your hands on top of your chest and one hand on your diaphragm, okay? And I want you to just breathe for a second. Okay, I just want to observe your breathing in its normal state. Close your eyes, relax, and breathe for me. The reason why this posture is effective for breathing is because there's a slight slouch in your upper back, and should be a dropping of your tailbone and glutes a little bit, so your lungs can drop and your diaphragm can expand. Later on, you'll notice a similarity with the fighting stance as well. And again, guys, it's normal if you feel like you gotta wiggle, okay? Whatever feels natural. Okay, now as you guys keep breathing, okay, I'm gonna instruct you guys on how to breathe properly, okay? I want you guys to notice there's kind of 3 major kinds of breathing, okay? There's chest breathing, that's where you're feeling your top hand expand almost exclusively. There's mixed breathing, where you feel both your hands expanding. And then there's, later on, the goal is to only kind of feel your bottom hand expanding. You're breathing from your diaphragm. There are other levels to breathing. Once you breathe in your diaphragm, okay, you want to work on being able to expand your lower back, breathing into your kidneys. And then finally, breathing into your pelvis. That could take years to be able to accomplish. But at the very least, I hope I can get you guys from chest breathing to mixed breathing, or if you're already mixed breathing, to learn how to diaphragmatically deep breathe. When you take a breath, some general rules, okay? There are 3 nasal passages. You want to breathe horizontally down your spine into your kidneys. You almost want to feel the air hitting the back of your throat, sort of like when you go and give someone bad breath, but you want to invert that. You'll feel the air circulating down the back of your throat. You want to strive to inhale for 4 seconds and exhale for 6 seconds. Is what I call everyday breathing. In other breathing systems, they might call it cadence breathing. It's what you want to shoot for, again, throughout everyday life. 4 seconds in, 6 seconds out. Now, what's really important about doing this, and I'll just keep yapping about the benefits of breathing while you guys just, this is our warm-up right now. When we can breathe lighter and more deeply, we actually breathe a higher volume of air than someone breathing rapidly. If we can slow down our breathing to taking about 6 breaths per minute, we are really down-regulating our nervous system. We are taking ourselves away from a fight or flight response. And generally speaking in life, when someone's an asshole consistently, they're basically in a permanent fight or flight response all the time. When I am snappy with people or I'm feeling not in a great mood, quite often it comes from not controlling your breath or slowing things down. You can always slow things down and get a control over your emotions and your feelings. And this is the most important thing for any martial artist to master. It's self-control. From that, you can do anything you want in life, or to a fighter, it really keeps your perspective honed in, and it's easier to stay disciplined. Your brain is properly oxygenated, you make good decisions, you're not hot-headed, and you're not impulsive. These are very valuable things to have when you fight. As well with the tongue position, you want to have the tongue pressed on the roof of your mouth, and you want to have a small space between your front teeth. Okay, you don't want to bite down. Now that will be a little bit different later on when we talk about fighting, because you have a mouthpiece. That gap is there anyways from the mouthpiece. Okay. Good. All right, you guys can stop for a second. I'm just going to ask you guys, what were you noticing with your breathing? Were some of you guys chest breathing? Were you guys mixed breathing? Is breathing with the bottom hand fairly easy?
A little bit of both.
A little bit of both, okay. So the one thing that just deep breathing can do, okay, when I instruct you guys in techniques, essentially like all martial arts is a coiling the body, spiraling in different ways, loading power, unleashing it, okay. That requires you to be able to twist inside your own body. The deep breathing is this very profound stretch of your thorax, everything here. It engorges it with blood. You're able to move all these soft tissues and fascia that are quite often never really addressed or mobilized. When you deep breathe in different postures, it will really help with your striking. There are so many positions in martial arts where you have to do weird things. Like I can think many things in, for example, in boxing where you have to create space where there's no space. You know, when you're fighting tall, you can be a little bit more upright, then all of a sudden you want to body shot someone, you got to get to here. Same thing in Muay Thai, when you clinch, there has to be a folding in the chest and body to be able to implement certain techniques, okay? You kind of have to be like this anyways to defend and shoot out force. Now, what we're going to do is I'm going to have you guys lay on your backs, okay? So you're going to lay down, and this is going to help cue you guys to breathe deeply, but to begin to feel breathing lower into your kidneys. So what you're going to do here is you're going to lay down. You're going to give yourself a big hug up here, okay? And you're really going to try, as you're breathing, to expand your lower back into the floor. Okay, go ahead and try that, guys. Good. So in a very basic sense, what we're doing here is we're creating some kind of constriction in the chest, and it will sort of funnel that air to go lower. Good. And every time you breathe, really try to expand your lower back into the floor. Now, while you guys are doing this, and I should have mentioned this earlier, you might notice some basic breathing dysfunctions. Okay, there are 4 of them. There is paradoxical breathing, okay? So that's basically when you inhale, it feels like you're exhaling, okay? And when you exhale, you're inhaling. So you're doing the opposite of what you should be doing. There's also hitches in your breathing, okay? So if you breath hold, meaning that on your inhale, it's a staggered, and you're not able to fully complete a inhale and an exhale naturally, okay? And there's over and under breathing. Try as much as you can, even though I'm encouraging you guys to breathe slower and more deeply, to not like forcibly take in 100% and then exhale 100%. You want to stop at the natural end of your inhale. You need to leave some residual CO2 in your body. One of the main functions of carbon dioxide is that it signals your blood hemoglobin to release O2. So when people overbreathe, meaning they typically someone's exhausted in a round of fighting or sparring and they mouth breathe rapidly, what actually ends up happening is they are expelling way too much CO2, their blood vessels constrict, and they actually make themselves more fatigued, and they make coming in that next round or even the potential of winning the fight almost impossible because they're in a state of hyperventilation. Now, everyone who's competed before kind of knows what that's like. And through mastering our breath, we can control these moments, these very stressful moments, or at the very least, be calmer, more mindful people in everyday life. Good, all right, you guys can sit up now. Okay, did you find that worked at all to help lower your breath? Could you guys feel your back expanding into the ground a little bit? Good. Okay, so these are all just basic cues for us to then now learn how to do breath holds, okay? So the everyday breathing stuff is fantastic. Do it all the time. The breath holding is that sort of next level in how we make ourselves more stress resilient and to actually kind of strength train our diaphragm in a way. It is, the second most important muscle in fighting other than your brain is your diaphragm. So what we're going to do, okay, Logan's going to come here and demonstrate a little bit. Logan, if you don't mind, just sitting right in the middle facing these guys. Just right there. Good. Perfect. Okay. We're going to basically hold our breath on the exhale. Okay, that's kind of the opposite of what people think a breath hold is, or what typically people are used to when they're swimming, for example. Okay, normally that's what people think of when they're holding their breath. We're gonna hold on the natural end of our exhale, all right? There are going to be 3 phases in your breath hold, okay? The first phase is kind of peaceful, embryonic, feels like you're floating, everything's fine, okay? The second phase, you'll notice a diaphragm contraction, okay? It will almost feel like a heartbeat, but it's coming from here. You'll feel it. Because you guys are just learning this, sometimes the diaphragm contraction in the fear or trauma response, which is the last part of it, that's just you running out of oxygen, okay? The funny thing is, the more breath holding you do, when you get in that fear or trauma response, you're able to actually firmly articulate mentally like what exactly that is, okay? So when you do your breath holding, you can also have an intent with it as well, sort of like meditation. If you are, let's say in a fight, you're super scared when people punch you or something and you close your eyes, or you remember a moment in a fight where things went wrong, okay, and you hold your breath and you want to confront that moment in your breath hold, okay? It is a good way to also overcome mental blocks as well. When you guys do the breath hold, okay, there are 2 ways you can plug your nose, okay? My coach always says do this, so you're not pinching and there's no extra tension, okay? Other people do this because it's a little bit easier for you not to all of a sudden exhale. The most important thing with the breath hold is, yes, you want to challenge yourself, but you do not want to push yourself to the limit where you cannot exit calmly with nose breathing. And the other aspect of this is to recover as quickly as possible. So we are going to hold our breath on an exhale. We are then going to try to recover with 6 breaths of 6 seconds in, 6 seconds out. And a good marker to know if you're challenging yourself enough is that you just finished recovering just enough by the end of the 6 breaths. If you're recovered by the 3 breaths, you can hold your breath for longer, and that's fine, okay? But again, if I'm here, I'm holding my breath, don't freak out or push yourself to the point where you can't exit out calmly like that, okay? Now, when you finish your breath hold, okay, I personally like to exhale, then inhale. If it's too much for you, you might need to inhale right away. That's totally fine. So we're gonna run through a basic breath hold right now. If you guys want to time yourselves, you're welcome to go grab your phones and turn on a timer. The thing is, when I'm leading breath practice for a group, everyone's gonna start and stop at different times. Okay, so if you guys wanna grab your phones, go ahead, grab your timers. You can track your breath hold times if you want. Other than that, we'll just run through it, okay? When you guys do this, okay, you can do this, let's just start every other day, anywhere to from 3 or 5 sets. Obviously, 5 sets is more ideal, but I'd never want you guys to feel like breath practice is, you should procrastinate about it like you procrastinate about like other training. You shouldn't dread it. It should be very easily accessible and you should be able to integrate into your regular life all the time. For me, I don't do the more strenuous practices. I'm not doing regular breath hold sprints anymore, things like that. I'm very busy with my coaching, but where I find my breath practice still very valuable, I'm doing my everyday breathing all the time. When I finish coaching, I always do 3 strong breath holds because, everyone always says after they talk a lot, they feel exhausted. Well, there's a biomechanical reality to why you're expelling too much CO2. So after I'm done coaching, I do 3 strong breath holds. It recovers my oxygen, kind of adjusts that fatigue from coaching, and I can carry on with my day, okay? I'm also gonna go over air hunger and things like that. I still do that all the time when I'm driving my kid to and from Kitchener to school, okay? It's very easy to incorporate in your life once you become proficient at it. So we are going to first do a quick minute of just breathing like normal, okay? So guys, here. Hands on the chest, hands on the belly. Let's breathe for a minute. The one thing that will be a little bit different is that after you recover your breath in 6 breaths of 6 in, 6 out, we will perform something called air hunger. Air hunger in this kind of setup is essentially like a supersetting in a workout, okay? So basically what a superset is like, hey, you do exercise A, you do exercise B right after. So we are raising our CO2 threshold, okay, through the breath hold, and then we recover, and then we implement air hunger to sort of milk the benefit of our elevated CO2 state, and to kind of stay there gradually as we slowly introduce ourselves back to regular breathing. Keep breathing. We will begin our breath hold soon. I'll let you guys know when. Okay. On the end of your next natural exhale, plug your nose and begin the breath hold. I'll begin the timer once I see everyone's nose plugged up. Okay. I want you guys to find that fear response. And whenever you have to exit the breath hold, very calmly, breathe 6 times, 6 seconds in, 6 seconds out. That might not be possible for some of you guys, but just try to breathe slow and deep. Just give me a thumbs up once you're done those 6 breaths. Cool. Some of you animals are still holding your breath. That's real good. Good. All right. So now we're going to begin 3 minutes of air hunger. So that's just simply going to mean after every single 4-second inhale, 6-second exhale, you're going to hold your breath for anywhere to 5 to 10 seconds and then do it again. So it'd be okay, go ahead, guys. Let's give me 3 minutes air hunger. These are all moving targets. So as you become a more proficient breather, your air hunger will be longer. So at points, my air hunger might take me holding 20, 30 seconds, or even longer sometimes. And again, as you are running through this, it's a constant battle to just relax. So constantly remind yourself, relax my cheeks, relax your jaw, let the shoulders drop, soft elbows, sink. And just as I was observing your times there, okay, the longest breath hold was close to a minute. Okay, that's pretty good. Some of you guys were less than 30 seconds. That's all right. I was around 40 seconds when I started my breath training. Okay, we're halfway there. Keep doing the air hunger. As you guys do this, you might notice a feeling of warmth going through your body. A major benefit of breath practice is better circulation. So if you have cold hands and cold feet, performing air hunger is a great way to get a feeling of warmth and to help improve your circulation. Another major reason why this style of breath holding is very valuable to athletes and to fighters is this breath holding minus the air hunger is what I do before I spar or before I would compete, or what I would tell you guys to do before you spar or compete. It is in essence kind of temporarily raising our CO2 threshold. Through regular practice, it permanently increases. But you can use it in a sense to dilate your blood vessels and to sort of walk into the fight with a third lung. That's what I kind of call it. Okay, now you can stop doing air hunger. You're going to give me 1 minute of everyday breathing. So that's going to be, again, 4 seconds in, 6 seconds out. No more air hunger. Try to recover. And then we're going to do 2 more breath holds. Another thing as well is as you get better with this and you get deeper into your breath hold, you might even notice one day you get a spleen contraction. Our spleen, from evolving from having to gather food from deep sea diving, actually releases oxygen when we're in a very deprived state. So through training this, you can train your spleen. Okay, good. On the next natural end of your exhale, begin your next breath hold. I want you guys to push a little bit deeper into that fear response. Challenge yourselves a little bit more. Okay. Really try your best to exit with controlled nose breathing. That's all right. It happens when you push yourself. I want you guys to notice if some of you guys are slouching a little bit more than normal and your head's coming really forward. Adjust your posture a little bit. As you are going through that breath hold, I was instructed to look out your third eye. Okay, that might seem a little bit too hippie magic for you guys, but it works. If you can try to create more inner space, okay, again, guys, 6 breaths, 6 seconds in, 6 seconds out. Okay, thumbs up when you're done those 6 breaths. If you can work on creating more inner space while you're struggling with the breath hold, it can help get you deeper. Also, being good at holding your breath is not like trying hard. It's a form of letting go and acceptance and staying relaxed under that. All right, let's do 3 minutes of air hunger now. So that means we're gonna do small breath holds. So between every breath, a 5 to 10 second hold. Now everyone did much better on that second hold, okay? Some of you guys maybe pushed too hard and you breathed out your mouth. That's okay. Just know to just stop a little bit before then. And this very simple method of air hunger here is something you can implement while you go for a walk. And it has tremendous health benefits. And it's very easy to incorporate. And later on when we do some moving breath practice, it's going to be much more difficult than sitting down. You want to be proficient at this first before we start sprinting and holding our breath or doing other methods of breath practice. Just try to get more awareness of your inner space. Where is there extra tension? Are you stressed? Are your traps lifting up? Relax your neck, shoulders, elbows, everything. And let's begin 1 minute of everyday breathing again. No more air hunger, no more small breath holds. Just breathe for 1 minute and recover, and then we'll hit that last breath hold. With the last breath hold, guys, really challenge yourselves with this one. On the end of your next natural exhale, begin to hold your breath. If you don't feel good about the next one, next 2 or 3, but begin to hold your breath. Once you exhale your breath, hold. 6 seconds in, 6 seconds out, 6 times. Once you're done your 6 breaths, you can begin air hunger on your own. It can feel like a lot when you exit a breath hold, but really try to keep that breath low and controlled. Okay, let's begin air hunger. Actually, because that's our last breath hold, don't worry about the air hunger. Just recover with 3 minutes of everyday breathing. Okay, so don't worry about the air hunger. Just breathe. So this would be the format you'd do if you're doing 3 sets. If you're doing 5 sets, it would just repeat 2 more times, and then you'd finish with 3 to 5 minutes of everyday breathing. Just recover from that. Just take 2 more minutes to just breathe and recover from those breath holds, and we'll move on. Now, when I was going through my training in learning these breathing methods, my coach would also have me take measuring tape and to measure my rib excursion to make sure that my breath is expanding properly. We'd also measure heart rate. We also would learn how to be sensitive to our heart rate variation, HRV. Right now in this seminar, I just wanted to give you guys a really basic blueprint of how to implement breath practice into your life and how it works in fighting. And if we want to explore those options, I can always train you further in breath practice. But today, my goal is just to give you guys a real general understanding. Okay, 1 more minute of everyday breathing. Everyone's doing really well. Not a single person is chest breathing right now. It's very good. All right, guys, great job. Okay, you can open your eyes now. Let's talk about it. How was that? What'd you feel?
Better at the end and the beginning. The middle breath hold, I didn't quite catch my breath.
Yeah.
So
What do you feel when you're at the end of your breath hold?
just very real sense of urgency.
Yes. That's super important, guys. That sense of urgency, when I do a strong breath hold or a max breath hold, is very similar to that same urgency in a fight or flight response, because that's exactly what we're simulating and what we're confronting and addressing. Now, we can simulate all these fight or flight extreme moments without having to put ourselves in extreme danger. It is, in a way, like one of the only ways we can put ourselves there without risking injury, or even in a sense, with experienced partners, you can spar hard constructively and still not get injured, but that requires, a certain quality and experience of training partners. This is a great way to confront those moments. Out of all the things that the human body does and all the arts we can indulge in, I really feel like martial artists embody that full mind-body control. There's nothing else like it. We are forced to be in the present moment. What attracted me to fighting is just the raw reality of being forced to be in the present moment. It doesn't matter how happy, sad, miserable, depressed, whatever is going on in your life right now, when you start sparring, you start fighting someone, you have to respect that moment and you have to engage with that moment, and it's a beautiful thing. And the same thing occurs in a breath hold. Like, I love martial artists. You guys are my people. The reason why we're like astronauts of inner space. We want to get to the bottom of things. We want to get to the truth about ourselves. We want to feel reality in its rawest form. And that's what, attracts people to this. And that's what I ultimately like the most about doing this, and like the people around when I'm coaching. Now, that being said, guys, let's gear up and let's get to the second half of it, how we implement breath practice into fighting. All right, guys? Go gear up. You need to run to the washroom. Go ahead. Let's take 5 minutes to get all that done. All right, guys. So now we're going to integrate this kind of system of breath practice into combat. We are now seeing this happen in the highest level of fighting. Israel Adesanya's breathing coach is instructed in a similar breathing method to my instructor. Many other fighters, Sean O'Malley, things like that, they implement similar systems in which they raise their CO2 thresholds via breath holding. It is not common practice now. I really believe in the next maybe 15, 20, might take a little bit longer, but it will be a pretty regular thing that all athletes do breath practice. So I have to just preface everything by saying no amount of being a proficient breather will replace fighting knowledge. For the same reason, I can get a marathon runner in here and make them quit in a minute by hitting their body. If you don't know what to do in positions, you don't know how to disengage, you don't know how to manipulate space or manage the clock, breathing is going to be difficult for you, okay? So I cannot separate the things I taught with breathing from the actual need to have like strategy and tactics when you spar or fight. Those things are what ultimately give you that ease of mind behind your breathing. No matter how calm I am or how proficient I am at fighting, when I'm this close to someone, it is way more stressful than if I'm a little bit further away from someone, and that reality is always true, okay? So right now, we're just gonna go over the basic stance, okay? And you'll notice a lot of overlaps, like I mentioned earlier, with the breathing posture. So for me, guys, whether or not you're orthodox or southpaw, you will try to just put your legs underneath your shoulders and hips, okay? Your body is relaxed, almost like you're putting your hands in your front pockets, and you have a slight slouch, okay? You'll rest your triceps in front of your ribs, and you'll be in position here. What is so important about this, okay? You are in a rounded posture, you are able to absorb force, and you're also able to deliver force because your legs are stacked underneath you. This is so crucial in fighting to always maintain these qualities. We are not too narrow, not too wide. We're exactly where we need to be, all right? While you do this, guys, give me some basic rhythm, okay? So go to your front leg, go to your back leg. And now just try to breathe 4 seconds in, 6 seconds out while you do that, okay? And your stance, okay? A good stance is an example of a tensegral structure, okay? A structure that holds itself up without any additional tension. So when you master your stance, it feels almost like you're there, but you're just collapsing into yourself and you're holding yourself up with no tension. It doesn't require any energy to hold your hands up because you're racked up in this position with your elbows and your triceps as a part of your body. Good, okay. So now what we're gonna talk about is just how to even begin transitioning. Okay, we learned how to sit down and breathe, we learned how to hold our breath. How do we get this into our practice, okay? So what I'm gonna have you guys do, okay, first round here, I just want you guys to shadow box, okay, but try to be conscious of maintaining that everyday breathing pace. Now, because we're moving, it might be more difficult to do 4 seconds in, 6 seconds out, but just sort of keep to the principle, guys. If you can exhale longer than you inhale, that's great. If you're doing 3 seconds in, 5 seconds out, it's not the end of the world, okay? So begin to shadow box now. Go ahead, okay? Give me 1 round of shadow boxing. You can punch, kick, knee, elbow, whatever you like, okay? And I don't want to hear any mouth breathing. I want you guys to shadow box a little harder. Put some speed, put a little power behind it. Can't go wrong, you can't lose a round of shadow boxing. There you go. Try to move your feet a little bit more, guys. If you can add some defense in there, go for it. So we got another minute here. Push the pace a little bit, guys. Try to maintain some semblance of rhythm and body control. 30 more seconds. So these last 30 seconds around are very crucial. You can either speed things up, try to finish somebody, or an attempt to finish somebody, or you can begin to tactically disengage and slow down, so it makes your recovery a little bit easier. Okay, and we'll sort of talk about that a little bit more later. All right, guys, time. Okay, so now we're going to talk about the recovery posture. So very quickly, I want you guys to grab your shorts, okay? Internally rotate your feet, point your toes inward slightly, drop your ass back, and give me those 6 breaths of 6 seconds in, 6 seconds out. Okay, what this pose is essentially, it's the rest posture. Very famously, Michael Jordan will always do this. Why it's so effective? In a very similar way to the Seiza position or crisscross applesauce, it allows you to your lungs to drop and your diaphragm to expand fully. Okay. Obviously, this might not look like strong body language in the corner. My answer to that is, who gives a shit? If I'm out recovering you, or I don't care if I look a little weird in the corner, you can think whatever you want. I'm going to come out and punch you in the face. If your legs are incredibly kicked in the fight, obviously you might find it painful to go as low, so just place your hands a little higher if your legs are busted. Okay? Now you're going to recover. Breathe like normal, 4 seconds in, 6 seconds out after those initial 6 breaths. And then we're going to do one more round of the shadow boxing. The only difference is, whenever you hear me clap, you guys are going to deliver a power strike. That could be with any weapon you like. It's just when we deliver strikes, I don't want you guys to high sounds. Any high-pitched sound coming out is kind of indicative of chest breathing, and you're drawing power from the wrong place, and reflexively, when you you'll probably end up chest breathing. You need to reinforce a sort of growl, okay? And it's okay to get weird, guys. At the end of the day, like, some of you guys fight. Like, we want to punch people and hit people as hard as possible and absorb force as well. So when you strike, you're looking for more of like, a growl is not any form of mouth breathing. It's creating intramuscular pressure. It's very almost similar to like a hum. Okay, let's come out of that and let's begin shadow boxing. When you hear a clappy sound, you guys will growl. Go. I was weak, guys. Come on. Intimidating, like a DMX music video. Come on, Sam. X's gonna give it to you. Guys, sometimes I'm seeing the growl, but I'm seeing the absence of a powerful shot being thrown. You can growl all you want. You gotta put bad intentions behind it. There we go. Again, guys, it's all about intent. At the end of the day, I could make as many technical corrections as I want, but you have to want to punch them. You have to want to deliver the strike. There we go. Oh my God. Come on, guys, rev the chainsaw. Good, let's drop in the recovery posture, 6 breaths, 6 seconds in, 6 seconds out, and then proceed to go to everyday breathing after that, guys. Get your feet a little bit more narrow. It's gonna be right under your, where your leg bones sit. There you go. Really hinge back more with your hips. There you go. That's it. Sit back more. Sit back more. There you go. Really drop your glutes back more. Just hinge, hinge, hinge. There you go, there you go. Okay, good. Drop the hips back a little bit more. That's it. Good. Okay. Stick your butt back a little bit more, and then kind of drop it. There you go. Same thing with you, Dana. Hinge the hips back more. Yeah, so it'd be like, almost like you're sitting on like a stool up here, the edge of your butt. Yeah. Good. Get a little bit taller, Sam. There you go. Bend back more so you can rest on top of your quads. Bend your knees a little bit more. There you go. Yeah. And time. Okay. Good. That's not bad. Something you guys are still a little shy about. That's okay. When I work with my pad holder, okay, my voice is shot when I'm done. I can't even like, done. I can't even talk for a little bit, okay? You don't have to get to yourselves to that point, but like you need to put everything behind it. You cannot half do things. One of the biggest mistakes I made in my career is I would train with different intents. I'd play around in sparring, and it doesn't even mean that like I'm not hurting people or I'm not being effective, but I'm not training with the mindset to go in the ring and then do that to somebody. It's only when I made this connection behind putting the right intent of competition or whatever my objective is with training martial arts, and it like perforates through all my training methods. When I shadow box, it looks exactly when I fight. When I hit the bag, it looks exactly when I fight. When I hit the pads, it looks exactly when I fight. When I fight, it looks like it's when I train. And that's what we really want to get to, this consistency, guys. There has to be a willingness to want to just do it right, all right? The next part we're going to get into is the force absorption part, okay? So when you're growling, the second benefit to that is when you're creating this intramuscular pressure and you're growling from basically the bottom here, it keeps you strong if someone hits you at the same time. Okay, that's another major reason why when we hit hard. Okay, we're sitting down, we're strong in our core here. There are two major methods with breathing in regards to bracing for strikes. Okay, so here, Logan, come here. You can punch me. Or maybe we'll get the biggest guy here. Oh, come on, Corey, come here. We'll get the biggest guy. We'll get the biggest guy here to punch me. All right, so let's stand a little bit this way. All right, so I just make up these names, guys. One is I call armoring, okay? That's the one where most people know and are taught to do, okay? So what armoring is essentially, I just flex. I just flex real hard, and it feels like it's like deflecting off me. Go, give me a punch. Okay, that's armoring, okay? The next one is airbagging, okay? Why I call it that? I don't expect it. Armoring, you're always basically either in a state of tension or you're prepared to receive the blow, and it's like, you're putting energy on the front of your muscle, okay? The other one is where you might be surprised. He might hit you and you're not flexed on the outside, okay? Give me one. Again. Again. You feel the difference there? Yeah. Okay, so I'll show you the armoring again, go. Again. Okay, now I'll show the airbagging, go. Okay. Can you tell them what you're feeling?
Yeah, like so, the first one you're a lot harder,
Yeah.
but firm, and then the second one you're kind of going with the flow.
Yeah, I'm going with it a little bit. But there isn't really like, when you hit in when I'm trying to go with it, it still has a tension to it, right? Good. All right, so you can go to the side. Thank you, Corey, for punching me. Okay, so what you're going to do now, you're going to partner up, okay? You're going to take turns hitting each other, all right? I want you to kind of explore those different methods, okay? I'll go around, I'll let you guys hit me a little bit so you can get a feeling for what that is, and I want you guys to sort of be able to replicate that, all right? Go ahead, guys, partner up, start hitting each other. Let's just go with 1 minute at a time, all right? So one person's gonna hit the other person for a minute, you guys are gonna try to brace for those shots, and then we'll switch, all right? Go ahead. Don't worry, Logan, I'll hit you. Come here. Okay, first one, armor it. Yep, good. Now try to airbag this one. That's pretty good too. But your legs stay the same. Bend your knees, sink. Okay, there should be a sound, like a, I know I wasn't, time it. Yep, good. Good, so now try hitting me, Logan. I'll try to show you the difference here. That's armoring. That's airbagging. That's armoring. It's airbagging. But I want you to notice my legs when you're hitting me. Hit me. You see how my knees aren't changing? Part of what you try to do when you try to airbag it, you hit, go. You're already trying to fade away from the thing, right? I am not gonna give him any room until he puts the shot in. So hit the shot. You see how then it goes a little bit sometimes? Okay, try it. And then wait for it, wait for the impact. Yes, but you're not purposely giving it up, watch. Again. Okay, there's a limit to how much I can let him do this before I compromise my own balance, right? That's not bad, again. Good. Now do the other one. Nice, that's good. Switch. So the big thing when you want to airbag, hit me, Mikhail. Hit me harder. You see how like I'm not like, it's only fading because you're making me fade.
Okay.
I'm not purposely, hit me, you're doing this.
Oh, okay.
That makes the shot worse because it's hitting deeper than it needs to.
I see.
It's still hitting me on the surface,
Yeah.
and I let it go a slight bit.
Okay, so you just fill it down with air?
Like you ever watch like Ultimate Warrior or whatever that Spike TV show used to be?
Oh,
It was
yeah.
like Ninja versus Samurai. Okay, like you know that part where they just like hit ballistic jelly all the time, and it's just like you basically want to be ballistic jelly,
Oh, I see.
right? Like at some point it will just stop inside of you. Nice. Good. Try the second one where you. So here, hit me, Dan. Again. You see how it's still strong on the first part? I'm not fading until it hits me. Hit me. And it only goes because I'm like sort of not ready initially. So I'm doing a sort of my best response to being surprised sort of thing. So yeah, nothing changes right now. Your hip will not pull back at all until I impact. So, flex a little bit. So here, hit me. Okay, this is the first one. Hit me again. That's just armoring, all right? Now watch this one. You see how it's not soft on the first part? Like you're obviously still with some pressure. You just let it go through you a little bit. Okay, that's good. Good. Nice. Try the second one for me, Norm. Good. So you don't want to suction in at all. I'm basically moving you back. So you're going to be, do the first one where you just flex. Okay. Good. Okay. So now you don't flex. You're surprised by this one. As I make contact, create some pressure and try to absorb it and decelerate it.
Oh, okay.
So here, hit me. Here's the first one. Okay, now hit me. Here's the second one. Again. One, second one. You see how you're sort of pushing me in a little bit? Okay. Nice, good, good. Okay, guys, time. Not bad, not bad. All right. Okay, so now we're gonna partner drill, okay? So you guys are gonna rally once back and forth. We'll go 3 minutes on. Actually, we'll go 2 minutes just for the sake of time because I'm worried we might run out of time. So we're gonna partner drill. You'll go 2 minutes on, 1 minute off, okay? You're gonna be able to combine these two bracing methods I talked about. You're also going to experiment with growling. So you're gonna deliver some power shots randomly, okay? You don't have to go hard with every single one. All you guys are trained, okay? None of you guys are totally new. You guys can take a hit, all right? So challenge yourselves a little bit, all right? Just one back and forth, and just remember to just maintain the nose breathing, growling when you want to do power shots, and bracing for impact properly. And then we're gonna remember to go to that rest posture. All right, guys, so begin to rally. Logan, just hit the bag, okay? Go ahead, guys. And guys, yep. We'll just keep it legs and body now. Again, guys, growl when you want to deliver power shots. Maintain your nose breathing. Okay, last minute, let's increase the pace of the rallying a little bit, guys. So a lot more exchanging. Try to move around in a circle after so you still can engage and hit. Right away, guys. Fire back right away. Fire back right away. Wait, nice. Nice, Norm. Good push kick. Wait. Where's my growling, Logan? Yeah, there we go. Wait. Time, recovery posture, go. Feet internally rotated. They're kind of really small, they're really close together. There you go. Logan, get your feet closer together. Yes, you're good. Turn your toes in a little bit more. Good, good. And guys, you kind of want to rest your hands, like my arms are kind of straight, pushing against my knees to keep me still kind of on an incline here. Good. Good. Hands just a little bit higher up, and then push up so you're taller. There you go, good. That's it. Good. And again, guys, 6 breaths, 6 in, 6 out. Then proceed to go 4 in, 6 out. Okay, we're gonna recover for a minute here. Then we're gonna do another round. Okay, the only thing that's going to change about the next round, guys, is you're going to go 3 back and forth, okay? So increasing the volume we're working in a little bit. Now, when we're talking about like exchanges of 3, like any kind of sequencing, some of them can be without a growl. All 3 could be with a growl. It's completely up to you how you want to express the power in that combination, okay? It will be much more challenging to brace for someone throwing 3 shots on you. You don't know where the 3 are going necessarily. One of the main things you want to look for, again, I mentioned this in all my classes, but look at the chest, notice the rotation of the body, and that is honestly your best way to get some insight into where the shot is going to go. All right, so let's get back up. Let's partner drill again, guys. It's 3 back and forth now, okay? I need to hear the growling way more. All right, let's go, guys. 3 back and forth now. There you go. Nice, Norm. Good. Very good. Okay, all right, Dana. Whew. Why are you guys so quiet all of a sudden? Come on, what happened there? Oh, there we go. I hear it now. Okay. Wee. It's coming in for the kill. Here we go. Nice. Wee. Oh, we blasting. Okay. Every single time, Logan, you always growl on the last one. I want to see all three, maybe the first one. Mix it up. And time, recovery posture. Let's go. Recover, recover, recover. 6 in, 6 out, 6 times. And then back to everyday breathing. Again, guys, it's really important you drop your asses back and that you're actually on an incline here and that you're not crazy hunched over. So be a little bit more upright. You'll still see your chest up here. Yes, there you go. Good. Get your feet more close together. Drop your butt back a little bit more. Hinge back more. There you go. Good. Okay. Move your butt back more. Stick your butt back more. Bend your knees. Good. Okay, we're gonna do one more round, similar format. Okay, so it's still three back and forth. I'm just gonna go over disengaging. Okay, so what's gonna happen is you're gonna perform your 3-shot combo, and you can have. I'll give you guys kind of 3 basic options, I guess, after you finish striking. Okay, Logan, come over here. So mainly, the way you disengage, they kind of fall in 2 categories. You create distance, or you clinch or smother, okay? Those are only really ways that you can like slow down a fight. So again, getting distance, that can mean many things. It could mean I hit Logan, and I just run, okay? I'd rather you guys not do that. The method of attaining distance you might look for is like I hit, whatever, here's my 3, I push the person. That's one way to attain distance, and I still keep myself in a great position, okay? Another thing you can do, hug or clinch them, okay? Why? It really affects their options. They have to free themselves before they can hit you, okay? Another really important thing to do is to turn people, okay? So if I can hit a combination, okay, and pivot, it makes them have to face me before you can hit me, okay? In an infight, there's a little bit more of a gray zone to where if I hit a combination, whatever it might be, boom, 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 if I can just twist and hold here, it's also a great way to reposition. And this is not really like a very solid form of disengagement, but it's a way for me to control his output. Here he can't punch with his right hand, he's probably gonna throw with the left hand or step backwards, right? And that way I can kind of prepare myself for what's coming. The other forms of disengaging is sort of like not only once you create space, but how do you maintain that, right? So let's say I hit the combination, I'm moving backwards. He's obviously going to come forward, so I can change directions. Okay, that can help me. Okay, and while this is happening as well, you know, quite often you'd sprinkle in some push kicks or push him or jab him, but the reason of why I'm striking is totally different from someone wanting to damage someone or someone wanting to be aggressive. My strikes are wedges and speed bumps to his output. That's the most important thing when you are in a disengagement mindset in a fight. So instead of me hitting him with a push kick and be like, oh yeah, boop, 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 it's more like this. Boom, I either hold my position, retreat slightly, he's gonna re-enter my space, boom. I go backwards more, boom, I intercept a little bit, I go back again, I turn, smother, boom, bing, boom, turn him. Okay, kind of these methods here, okay? So now what we're gonna do, you're still gonna rally 3 times back and forth. I just want you to make your partner's life very difficult when they try to come back with 3 on you, okay? So you can do some sort of disengagement like the things we went over here. Another thing you can do is just put hand controls on. So if I'm here, I can just stack hands. Okay, there's another annoying thing you can do, or control one of these hands, all right? So do your 3-shot combo, disengage, create distance, or clinch. What you should notice happening is your partner's output is less dense. So the drill won't look like boop, 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 boop. It'll be like, oh, he checked, move, damn, I gotta shuffle, shuffle, boop, boop, boop. Okay, now he's clinched me. Oh my God, okay, get inside control, push him away, low kick, boom. Oh my God, he's doing something else, okay? Make it a little messier, okay? Let's go, guys.
Do we want to move the camera or no? Yeah.
Yeah, he'll move it, yeah. Just destroy it, kick him into it. Pick it up, whoa! Only one will survive the ladder match. Ooh, nice hand control. Oh, all right. That's right, give me a hug, shake my hand. Who's disengaging who? I don't know, all right. Nice, good slip jab. Don't be shy, Logan. So like you're doing great. You're push kicking her, and you're like talk to the hand because the face don't want to listen. But when she gets close to you, this is happening. I don't know about my hand anymore, right? No, get out of here. Get out of here. I don't want to talk to you. Out, go away. Be forceful with it, okay? Oh yeah. Oh. Yeah, that's right. Norm's just sandbagging in my beginner Muay Thai class. He knows what's up. There you go. Come on, extend the palms. There you go. Beautiful. You got room to knee. There, that's it. All right, time. Recovery posture. So as you guys get more and more tired, you're just sort of like this. I need you to still, the reason why our hands are here is because we are gassed. We can just post our hands on our knees, okay, and keep great posture here. Really try to relax and drop your ass back really far.
Out?
Yeah, like sitting back. Yeah. There you go. Nose breathing, Sam, goddamn. No mouth breathing on the exhale. Tongue on the roof of the mouth, guys. Tongue on the roof of the mouth. Your mouth's got no filter. So now when you guys fight, when you see someone breathing heavy out their mouth, should be a good thing. He's almost on his way out. All right, so now we're gonna do some fight simulation, and I'll give you guys kind of that pre-fight breath ritual. So you guys are gonna have to hold your breath to this. This is what the back, a warm-up room sounds like when you fight on a bigger stage, okay? There is no peaceful moment. You're not even allowed leaving to go outside. When I fought pro, I'm actually the property of the promoter temporarily. There's security guards in front of my warm-up room. I'm not allowed to go anywhere. They need to know where I am all the time. So, the first time I fought, guys, I still remember it. I was shadow boxing. I was trying to like show off. Everything. Oh, look at all the stuff I can do in the warm-up room. You don't want to mess with me. Look how tough I am. I'm just trying to hide the fact I'm shitting myself, and I'm totally nervous for my first fight. As I was warming up, okay, the guy 2 fights out came back on a stretcher. The guy after that, his arm broke. I'm just sitting there like, shit, what did I get myself into? Why do I do this? And that moment repeats itself over and over and over again. Every single time I'm about to fight, I'm like, oh my God, why do I do this? And then like they call my name, Rocky theme song plays, and then everything's okay because like I live for this stuff, right? This is an anchor. Anything you can do to anchor yourself. This is why athletes are so superstitious. You know, you have your lucky pair of socks. Like, you're gonna wear that shit all the time. I had a lucky sweater I would wear when I travel overseas to fight. I would have lucky shorts. I wear certain shorts. If I make it to the final of a tournament, I wear certain shorts in the first round. I don't know. It makes no sense. There's no reason for anything other than the fact, like, I feel good about it, and it gives me an edge, okay? So what we're going to do for the pre-fight breath ritual, okay, I would instruct the kids slightly differently from adults, and if you're fighting a tournament, the structure would go slightly differently as well. Essentially, you're going to do a strong breath hold, not a max breath hold, which we did before. We're going to omit the air hunger, so we're not going to do any of the 3-minute stuff. You're just going to recover within a minute, okay? You can sit down when you do this. When you do this, okay, the timing matters. I would do these breath holds before you hit pads with your coach. So I'd say like, hey, if you skip or you stretch and you shadow box a little bit, go ahead and do that first. Then hit those seated strong breath holds, okay? Adults do 5, kids do 3. If you're fighting a tournament, then you would do just 1 or 2 in between your bouts, okay? So let's go ahead and sit down, okay? And we're gonna do that pre-fight breath ritual, okay? Again, guys, we're not trying to push records here. You just wanna get into that fear response, hang out there for a bit. Don't try to break records or anything like that, okay? And I will be playing this annoying ass music, ambient crowd stuff, whatever. And you guys gotta deal with that. Just bleed! Kill him! Whoa, was that the Ginger Ninja? Oh my God. Can you sign my forehead? Holy cow. Crisscross applesauce, Sam. All right, guys, when you're ready, let's do that first breath hold. On that next exhale, begin your first breath hold. When you exit your breath hold, just go back to everyday breathing. Do not go to air hunger. For those of you that have competed before, put yourself there. Put yourself in the warm-up room. You're exhausted. You hate training. It's going to happen. It's going down real soon, guys. You got to get it together. You got to lock it in. Whatever fears and doubts you have about the competition, you got to confront it and deal with it right now. You can't lie in fighting. All right, 1 minute of recovery right now. Then we're going to do another breath hold. Again, guys, those of you that have competed before, take yourself back to every fight you lost and remember how you felt before you went out. The most difficult thing as a coach is I can't tell you guys how to be fighters. I can teach you how to do things, how to do movements, but you have to figure out how you operate as a fighter. I don't know what's going on in your head. All right, on your next exhale, begin your second breath hold. With each gradual breath hold, go a little bit deeper into it. And I want you guys to accept the moment that's coming up. You're about to show all your skills. It's time to have fun. Enjoy the fight for what it is. I want you guys to confront all these irrational thoughts you guys have about how you're not good enough, because it's all bullshit. You are definitely good enough to do what you do every day. And let's begin to recover. You guys got a minute to recover right now, and then we're going to do that last breath hold. Competition, they say, is 90% mental, 10% physical. It's all mental anyways, guys. If your mental's not in check, you cannot fight at a high level. Try to pay attention to any extra tension you have, guys. It's very normal that this is way more stressful than a normal breath hold you're doing at home. On your next exhale, enter your final breath hold. And again, guys, we're doing a mini version of this. Normally you'd be doing 5. Kids do 3. If you have an intention or you drilled a certain kind of game plan with your coach, put that in your mind, make it a reality. I'm a big believer in positive affirmations. Don't have thoughts in your head like, oh, don't do this, don't do that. Be careful about that. Say nice things to yourselves. All right, guys, let's recover from that last breath hold. If you're still in it, hang out there. Give me another minute to recover here, another minute or two of just normal breathing. There will be a time where one of you guys will fight the hometown guy and all you hear is boos, and they hate you and you know it, and they want you to lose. And you're not going to lose. There will be times when we bring a big team to a fight event. Hopefully it doesn't happen, but it might happen. All your teammates get their asses kicked and you're the last one to go. Their performance is not your performance. So for the most part, guys, let's just make it simple. Let's just do body and leg sparring. Let's not hit each other in the face right now, just so we can really hone in on the proper breathing mechanics. Yes, I want you guys to be able to stay calm and do all these things, but sometimes getting punched in the face makes things a little bit more stressful. It's something you can do after the seminar when you try to integrate it into our training here. Okay, so we're going to spar for 3 rounds, and we're going to try to keep everything in check. Okay, so you guys have done the pre-fight breath ritual right now. Right now you're on deck to fight. Okay, so the one thing that changes, okay, from warming up to being on deck to fight, well, when you're on deck, basically that means like you're the fight coming up or maybe the one after that. You're fully geared up right now. There's no more like person holding pads for you or whatever. You're not really warming up anymore. You're just sort of staying warm. So it's sort of like, I do this a lot when I'm on deck. I do a lot of shaking out, okay? Another thing I want you to do, okay, it's very normal. How many guys have you felt like when you're warming up for a fight where like you feel good all of a sudden and then you lose it all of a sudden? It feels like you're bipolar. It's crazy. It's like sometimes in a fight I could like kick the pads and my legs just feel numb. They feel cold. I don't feel like there's enough weight or anything moving through my body. And then sometimes I get that good sweat going. I feel like it's all locked in. And then I'm on deck and then I completely lose it. And then maybe I find it back in the ring, or I don't find it again and I have a bad performance. It's very important that we go from our breath ritual to our warm-up, and then this whole time we're really trying to keep ourselves in this flow state and this readiness and this relaxed state. So this is where I tell people to implement something called box breathing, all right? Now box breathing, like the name insinuates, is a 4-second inhale, 4-second hold, 4-second out, 4-second hold, okay? So Let's begin doing that. For a second inhale. 4-second hold. 4-second exhale. 4-second hold. And we're just going to do that for 2 minutes while you guys are on deck. Do your bouncing around, guys. Bounce around while you do that. Try to keep yourself calm. Introducing the ring, blah, 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 with a blah, blah, blah record of blah, 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 blah. All right, guys, get into a corner. I put mini rings here. Stand in a corner. Stare at your partner. Stare into their soul. Whisper to yourself, I will break you. You will not break me. Whatever you guys want to tell yourselves, okay? I don't believe in touching gloves. The guy wants to touch a glove, we can do it when the ref's talking about the rules. If he wants to reach out for a glove touch when it's fight time, I'm going to kick him in the ribs. There's no more time for fun and games, guys, even though we're supposed to have fun when we fight. You know what I mean, all right? All right, here we go. Ding, 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 go! Both you guys are going. It ain't back and forth. Go, go, go. That's right. Throw him out the ring, Norm. Throw him out the ring. Break. Whoa, stop. Fight. Damn, Mikhail. Get your foot off the judge's table. Come on, push kick, Corey. He's a big boy. You got to put some oomph on it. Guys, where's my growling? There we go. There are 30 seconds left in the round, guys. You decide if you want to slow down these last 30 seconds or try to push your partner over the edge. Ding, ding, back to your corners, guys. Recovery posture. There ain't no time to touch gloves. Get in your recovery posture. Try to sit your butt back a little bit more, Norm. There you go, that's it. As you guys are recovering, set an intention for the next round. If you are gassed right now and you feel you cannot fully recover in the minute, spend the first 30 seconds of next round disengaging. We are on in 10 seconds. All right, guys, ding, ding, round 2, go. Jab the body, Norm, that's good defense. And break, guys, break, and fight. Go, 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 go. You guys don't need a break. Wee. Come on, Corey, should have head kicked him there. Okay, I'll push his face away. Come on, we know this. Push her, Logan. Push her with your hands. Get your space. Use your push kicks. And you don't need to come forward with the push kicks. Just keep her away from you. And break, guys. Break, 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 break. Back up. Let's go. If Dana's in your face, just give her a big hug. Give her a big old hug. Yeah, we have a problem creating space. Well, Dana, don't do a mutual hug. You don't want to hug her. You want to hit her. Ding, ding. Recover, guys. Oh, no high fives. Get back to your corner. You're wasting recovery time. Let's go. Slow down that breathing. 6 in, 6 out, 6 times. I'll let you know when there's 10 seconds left. If you guys want to be more upright and bounce around the last 10 seconds, you're welcome to as well. Toes inward, internally rotate, yep. Again, guys, it's very important that we internally rotate so our glutes and lungs drop. There we go. Okay, last 10 seconds, bounce around a little bit. Okay, get ready to go. And ding, ding. Let's go, guys. Last round. Let's go. There you go. Nice. Good. Good control, Norm. Just keep up with kicking his legs, Norm. Keep up with kicking his legs when you move around. Yes. And then go for the straight punches to the body. Guys, I need to hear the growling when you want to use your power shots. Again, use that mouthpiece, guys. Bite down on it. It's there for a reason. And break, guys. Break. Go. It's the last round, guys. Let's go. We don't have to be conservative with our energy now. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. Come on, guys. Let's go. Let's go. 5 seconds. Push. Push. And time. Let's recover. Okay? Just recover, guys. Fight's over. Good job. Again, nose breathe, guys. For the most part, you guys weren't mouth breathing at all until the very last round when things were getting a little crazy, all right? It's totally normal when you guys compete that I don't want you guys thinking at all about your breathing. This is, for us to drill out here and for you guys to take that on your own time. Okay, keep breathing, guys. Now, normally what I would recommend after you fight is to, again, do anywhere from 3 to 5 breath holds to recover your oxygen after competing. But to do this for about 5 minutes. Also, guys, whether or not you win or lose, it's really important not to celebrate immediately. As an athlete, you want to precondition your brain for delayed gratification. All right? This goes more towards the older people, but no after party, no going out and drinking, doing whatever after you fight, guys. Give yourself 48 hours, and then you can do that. Bad habit to get into. And you guys can come out of the recovery posture, just walk around, but just slow, controlled nose breathing right now. Good. So guys, just, we're pretty much almost done, just some closing remarks. It's one thing to do this once and experience the benefits. It's another thing to feel these benefits, realize how crucial and important it is to your everyday life, and to sort of do this regularly. If at the very least, all you guys remember is like, hey, I'm supposed to put my tongue on the roof of my mouth, I'm supposed to inhale for 4, exhale for 6, that's great. That's totally fine. If you can remember like, hey, if I'm having trouble sleeping, maybe I can do like 10 minutes of air hunger before I go to bed. That'll help keep me relaxed. If I'm exhausted, do some strong breath holds. If I'm exhausted from talking all day after work or whatever, do that. If you want to take it further, guys, I have online programs for the Intro to Breathing and Combative Breathing, and it teaches you more how to track and record all these things, and it gives you guys a program. But in general, guys, if you could, again, do 3 to 5 breath holds every other day, and to remember to just breathe out your nose regularly, that puts you way ahead of the competition and puts you ahead of most people. And I can't stress enough how important it is that we practice some form of mindfulness in the day and age we live in. I am a father to a 5 or 6-year-old, and I'm always super worried about her being overstimulated and not developing correctly and not being able to, basically, I hope she's not as impulsive as a lot of the kids I see around her age. Tablet kids are a real thing. So if we can sort of control our breath, it's the beginnings of controlling our thoughts and our actions, and that's extremely profound. I just want to say thank you guys for giving me the opportunity to teach you guys. And years go on with the coaching, the more and more I draw inspiration from you guys, and it's what keeps me going every day. Thank you guys so much. And if you guys have any questions, I'm here. All right.